Hello friends, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be providing you the solution of our Terraform Init Arcade Challenge, Terraform Skill Batch Starter Packs last lab, that is automating infrastructure on Google Cloud with Terraform, which is a challenge lab. Okay, तो एक challenge lab है, इसको हमें complete करना है, तो I will be providing the solution of this lab. Before starting the solution, I simply want to inform you that I already uploaded the solution of each and every previous lab. पिछली जितनी भी lab है, उन सबका solution मैंने अपने channel पे upload कर दिया है. That you can access by simply clicking on the I button on the top right corner. जैसे आप वीडियो के I button पे क्लिक करेंगे, आपको प्रीवियस सारी लैब का सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा. तो कोई भी लैब बची है तो जाके जल्दी से कंप्लीट कर ले. विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम, स्टार्ट दिस लैब, ओपन इट एंड वेट फॉर द पेज टू बी लोडेड अप. मेक श्योर यू फॉलो ईच एंड एवरी स्टेप. आप कोई भी स्टेप स्किप ना करें क्योंकि लैब थोड़ी सी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. ओके, तो थोड़ी सी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो सकती है लैब, तो आपको हर एक स्टेप को ध्यान से देखना है, ध्यान से फॉलो करना है. ओके, नाउ क्लिक ऑन द स्टार्ट लैब बटन एंड वेट फॉर द क्रेडेंशियल्स टू बी लोडेड अप. Once the credentials get loaded, simply right click on open Google Cloud Console and open it in private window or in incognito mode. Otherwise, you will face certain issues. Okay, and yes, let me check it. First of all, you know that the email ID will be automatically pasted up. Email ID अपने आप पेस्ट हो जाती है. हम क्लिक करेंगे नेक्स्ट बटन पे. हमें सिर्फ पासवर्ड चाहिए होगा. तो फॉर पासवर्ड सिंपली कम बैक टू हियर एंड कॉपी द सेकंड नंबर ऑफ पासवर्ड. कॉपी करेंगे इसे. So after copying this password, simply come back to the lab at the console, paste it here, click on the next button, and we get logged in into our Google Cloud Console. Okay, so wait for it. Click on the I understand button. It's simply a welcome message. Wait for the next page. So after that, we need to accept the terms and conditions. Simply click on this checkbox, click on agree and continue. And now, first of all, we need to activate our Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell activate करेंगे by clicking on this top right icon, activate Cloud Shell button, and it will start to synchronize our Cloud Shell. थोड़ा सा टाइम लेगा, पहले एक पॉपअप आएगा जिस पे कंटिन्यू पे क्लिक करेंगे. And while it's synchronizing our Cloud Shell, you need to download a file from the description. आपको एक description box से एक फाइल डाउनलोड करनी होगी. जो भी उसका कंटेंट होगा वो आपको नोटपैड में पेस्ट कर लेना है, कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेना है. इस तरीके से आना चाहिए. मेक श्योर आपकी फॉर्मेटिंग प्रॉपर हो, नहीं तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी. ये जितने भी आपके कमांड्स हैं दैट यू नीड टू कंप्लीट दिस लैब, ये हर एक कमांड की वजह से आप ये लैब कंप्लीट कर पाएंगे, नहीं तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी. ओके, सो मेक श्योर यू डाउनलोड इट फ्रॉम द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स और द सेम फाइल विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पे भी ये सेम फाइल अवेलेबल होगी. तो क्या करना है आपको, सबसे पहले ये फर्स्ट कमांड कॉपी करना है. मेक श्योर आप टच से लेके लास्ट सीडी तक कमांड कॉपी करेंगे. After that, come back to the lab, click on the coordinate button, paste it under the terminal and hit enter button. Okay, now after that, come back to the editor again, notepad. Now scroll down. Now you need to copy this whole file, that is from variable to the last. Make sure जहाँ तक मैं copy कर रहा हूँ वहीं तक आपको copy करें. Okay, now we need to go to the variables. So for that we need to open the editor. So click on this open editor button and wait for it to open. Click on the got it button. It will open a editor, file editor, with the help of which we can edit some file which are already available in the Cloud Shell or the cloud storage. Okay, so once our editors get loaded, simply open this variable.tf file, open it and paste the content that we copied. Now first of all, we need to remove this or edit the region. So remove whatever under the quotes के between जो भी है वो सब remove करेंगे. Okay, now for the region, come back to the lab and scroll down to the task 1. Okay, now scroll down and copy this region. रीजन और जोन हमें दोनों प्रोवाइडेड है. पहले हमें रीजन कॉपी करना है, तो कॉपी करेंगे यूएस ईस्ट 1. इट कैन बी डिफरेंट फॉर यू. इन माय केस इट्स द यूएस ईस्ट 1. ओके, सो सिंपली कम बैक टू द एडिटर एंड पेस्ट इट बिटवीन द कोट्स. नाउ वी नीड अ जोन. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रिमूव दिस whole content between the quotes and then we copy the zone. So for the zone, once again come back to the lab and this is the zone, the next one is the zone. So copy it very carefully. Don't copy any extra spacing. कोई भी extra spacing नहीं चाहिए. Paste it between the quotes and now with the project ID, once again remove everything between the quotes. पहले हम remove करेंगे. Okay, remove it, press the backspace, come back to the lab and copy the project ID, that is this one, third one, project ID copy करेंगे. Then come back to here and paste it between the quotes. Okay, now open the main.tf file. Open the main.tf file and open the notepad. Okay, now scroll down. We need to edit something under the main.tf file. So copy from Terraform to the last here, square bracket, copy it very carefully. Copy करेंगे. Then main.tf file में वापस आएंगे and paste करेंगे जो भी हमने copy किया है. Then we will click on the file button and click on the save all button. Now we can simply close this editor or simply click on the open terminal button. Now come back to the notepad again, scroll down a little bit and copy this Terraform Init command. Copy it very carefully. Paste it here and hit enter button. It will help us to initialize the Terraform in the terminal. Okay, now what you need to do, simply come back to the text file and scroll down. Now we need to head towards the modules instance at instance.tf file. तो हमें instance.tf file को open करना है और ये पूरा content उसमें copy कर देना है. तो make sure आप resource से copy करना start करें. Then keep scrolling and copy till the square bracket. Okay, curly bracket actually. Paste it, copy it, open that editor button. Now click on this modules folder and click on the instance and open this instances.tf file. Okay, now paste it here. Scroll down to the topmost and we need to add zone first of all. So in the full line, remove whatever under the quotes के बीच में जो भी है सब हम remove करेंगे. And for the zone, simply come back to the variables.tf file and copy this zone. Copy it very carefully. Come back to the instance.tf file, paste it between the quotes. Okay, now scroll down. Let's see, we need to add the zone again here. So remove this whole and make sure the copied thing is zone. आप zone copy करें ना कि region. Zone copy करेंगे, instance.tf file में वापस आएंगे, paste करेंगे and scroll down. That's it. These are the changes that we need to make. Okay. So once you make changes in this file, simply click on the file button, click on the save all button. Now we can close the terminal editor. So simply click on the terminal button. Now minimize this terminal. Okay, minimize it very carefully. Then click on this compute engine or hover upon compute engine, and then we need to head towards the VM instance. तो हम VM instance को open करेंगे. We need the instance ID. Okay, तो हमें दो machine यहाँ पे provided होगी जिसकी हम instance ID को copy करेंगे. Okay, so wait for this page to be loaded up. So once the page get loaded, simply open the first instance, that is this one, open it, and we need the project ID for this instance. Wait for it to get loaded. We can cut this learn tutorial tab. Wait for it to load. After that, we need to copy this instance ID. So copy it very carefully. ध्यान से copy करेंगे and come back to the editor. Scroll down and remove this whole instance ID one. Remove it very carefully and paste the new instance ID that we copied. Make sure instance one और instance ID के बीच में एक extra spacing हो. यहाँ पर एक extra spacing होनी चाहिए. Same we will do with the instance ID too. So first of all, remove this. Okay. Then come back to the terminal or the console. Cut it. Come back to the VM instance and we will copy the instance ID for the second one. Wait for the page to load it. Open the second instance. Open it. Open the second instance and we will copy the instance ID for the second one also. Okay, so wait for it to load. थोड़ा सा time लेगा load होने में. So once it get loaded, simply copy this instance ID for the instance 2. Copy it carefully. Make sure there will be no extra spacing and paste it between the instance 2 after the instance 2 actually. Make sure there will be any extra spacing. यहाँ पर एक extra spacing होनी चाहिए instance 2 और project ID के बीच में. Okay. Now copy this first command. Copy it very carefully. Come back to the terminal. Paste it under the terminal and hit enter button. Let me check if I copy the wrong button. Let me maximize it first so you can easily see whatever I'm doing. So maximize it and paste the command. Paste it here. The command will look like this. आपका command को इस तरीके से दिखेगा. Then hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. Click on the authorize button if it asks for the authorization. Now while it's running, come back to the lab and copy the next command. जो भी हमारा next command है इसको copy करेंगे. Copy it very carefully. Okay. Then come back to here, paste it into the terminal and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. While it's running, again come back to the editor file and copy this whole command, that is Terraform plan and Terraform apply. दोनों को copy करेंगे. Come back to here. Under the terminal, paste it here and hit enter button. Okay. Now the Terraform apply command will ask for the permission. एक value enter करनी होगी. It will ask to enter a value. There we will type yes simply. Okay. So wait for it to get load. You can see it's asking for the value, enter a value. So simply type yes and hit enter button. And now this command will take around 4 to 5 minutes. In that time, make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you don't miss any notification regarding the upcoming solution. And if you're liking the video, make sure you hit the like button. और कोई भी problem हो तो comment box और telegram group दोनों ही open है. Okay. So wait, simply sit back and relax and wait for this command to get run. Okay. Now you can see our command is run successfully. Now what you need to do, simply open the editor. We need to open the editor. Okay. Now here simply come back to the text file editor. Now scroll down, keep scrolling, and we need to copy this resource file. Copy it very carefully, and we need to add in under the storage.tf file. So open the storage folder and open the storage.tf file, and we need to paste the command or the content that we copied here, and we need the project ID or the bucket ID. Okay, so remove this whole between the quotes. जो भी quotes के बीच में वो remove करेंगे. Simply come back to the lab for the project ID or the bucket name and copy this bucket name. Copy it very carefully. Come back to here, paste it between the quotes. Okay, now simply come back to the mains.tf file and let me check. Yes, after that we need to come back to the console or the text editor, sorry, and copy this whole file and make sure you didn't copy any extra thing. Copy it very carefully, module storage, and paste it at the bottommost line. So paste करेंगे यहाँ पर. Okay, and we can click on the file button, click on the save all button to save all the files, then come back to the terminal, open the terminal and come back to the file. Scroll down, copy this both command Terraform Init and Terraform apply. Copy करेंगे से paste करेंगे terminal में. Wait for it, paste it here and hit enter button. Again the Terraform apply command will ask you for the value to enter. So there we will enter yes. Okay, so by yes we will enter it. So wait for it to appear. You can see it's asking for enter a value. Type by es and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. It will take 1 to 2 minutes. So once the command gets run, simply click on the open editor button to open the editor. Now head towards the topmost line of the main.tf and remove this whole till the line number 8. Remove करेंगे इसे. Then simply come back to the file. Scroll down and copy this new file content. Copy it very carefully. Terraform से लेके इस curly bracket तक last curly bracket तक copy करेंगे and paste it from the line number 1. Okay, paste it here. Then we need to replace the bucket ID. So remove this. Make sure you remove everything between the quotes, but don't remove the quotes. Okay, now simply come back to here and copy the bucket name. After copying the bucket name, simply come back to here and paste it between the quotes. Paste it here and click on the file button, then click on the save all button to save the changes. Open the terminal now. Okay, now come back to the file. Scroll down a little bit, copy this command, that is Terraform Init. Copy it very carefully. Come back to here, paste it here and hit enter button. Paste it and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. If it asks you for the value, entering a value, type yes and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. So once the command gets run, open the editor button. Now again come back to the editor file or the text file and copy this whole command that we need to add in the instance.tf file. Copy it very carefully. Copy करेंगे ध्यान से. Come back to open the instance.tf. Head towards the bottommost line and paste it here. Okay, paste it here. Then we need to make changes. First of all, we need to remove this instance name and paste the actual name. So remove everything between the quotes. Remove it and come back to the lab for the instance name and copy this instance name. Copy it very carefully. ध्यान से copy करेंगे. Come back to paste it between the quotes. Okay, we need to again remove this and paste the instance name here also. So paste it here, and now we need the zone. So first of all, remove this, and we need the zone. So simply actually come back to the variables.tf and copy the zone name. Copy it very carefully. Let me copy it. Yes, and come back to the instance.tf and paste it between the quotes for the zone. And now we can click on the file button and click on the save all button. Now we click on the open terminal button. Come back to the editor file. Scroll down. Copy these two commands, Terraform Init and Terraform Apply. पहले ये दोनों ही command copy करेंगे and paste it in the terminal and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. It may again ask you for entering a value, so we will type yes. So simply wait for it. So for the value, again type yes and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. Okay, now our command is executed. Simply come back to the lab and copy this instance name. Copy it very carefully. Come back to the notepad file. Remove this instance name whole. Remove it and paste it the instance name that we copied. Make sure that you have full stop remove na kare. Now we can copy this whole command. Copy it very carefully. Come back to the terminal and paste it under the terminal. Okay, and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. Now you can see our command is executed. Simply come back to the editor file, scroll down and copy this two command. There is Terraform plan and Terraform apply. Copy it, come back to here, paste it here, hit enter button. It will again ask you for entering a value. Wait for it to ask. Now here it is asking for the value. Type yes and hit enter button. Now it will take around 2 to 3 minutes. ये command execute होने में 2 से 3 मिनट लगेंगे. So simply sit back and relax and wait for it to run. So now our command is executed. Open the editor button or the editor. And in the instance file, we need to remove everything that is from resource to the end. आप ध्यान से इसे remove कीजिएगा. पहले select करेंगे. Let me select it and remove the whole content. Resource से last line तक. Okay. Don't remove any extra thing. Make sure आपका last line कुछ ऐसी दिख रही हो. Remove करने के बाद now click on the file button and click on the save all button and open the terminal. Come back to the notepad file and copy this Terraform apply command. Copy it very carefully. And simply copy it, come back to the terminal and paste it under the terminal and hit enter button and wait for this command to get executed. It will ask you to entering a value, then type simply yes if it asks for the entering a value. Okay. Now you can see it's asking to enter a value. जब भी ऐसा आए तो आपको yes, most cases में yes ही type करना है and hit enter button. That is yes and wait for this command to get execute. It will take 2 minutes. Okay, now our command is executed. Simply come back to the file, scroll down a little bit and copy this whole content from module to the last. Copy it very carefully and copy it till this line. Okay, make sure आप कोई भी extra चीज़ copy ना करें. Copy करने के बाद आपको editor पे आना है. Click on the open editor button. Go to the main.tf file. Okay, now scroll down to the last line and press enter 2 to 3 times and now paste the command that we copied and click on the file button now. Before that, we need to make changes. First of all, we need to add the project ID here. So remove whatever under the quotes, remove it. Come back to the left for the project ID. Copy the project ID, that is the third number ID. Copy it carefully. Come back to the console. Paste it between the quotes. Now for the VPC name, simply remove it. Remove whatever under the quotes. Now come back to the lab and copy the VPC name, that is last one. Copy it very carefully. ध्यान से full copy करेंगे. Then come back to here, paste it between the quotes. And for the region, okay, yes, for the region, we need to remove this whole thing. Remove it very carefully. And for the region, come back to the variables.tf and no, actually not here. Come back to the main.tf file. For the region, we will go to the 6th task of the lab. So open the lab and scroll down to the 6th task and copy this US East 1 region. Copy it very carefully. In your case, it can be US West or you can US South 2, whatever it can be. Make sure आप अपना ही वाला copy करें. मेरा point कहने का ये है कि आप अपना वाला region copy करें. Copy करने के बाद come back to the editor and paste it under the region. Same with here. Remove it and paste your region. Scroll down and copy and simply click on the file button and click on the save all button and open the terminal. Now come back to the file, scroll down a little bit and copy this both command Terraform Init and Terraform apply and paste it under the terminal. Okay, paste it, hit enter button. Let me tell you what are the use of these two commands. We are using it frequently. The command, let me first paste it. Maybe it's showing some latency. थोड़ा सा delay हो सकता है तो आपको wait करना है, patience रखना है. तो Terraform Init और Terraform Apply ये जो दो command हैं हम frequently use कर रहे हैं. Terraform Init used to initialize the Terraform in the terminal and Terraform Apply is used to apply the changes with the help of the Terraform that we make in the files. Okay, so wait for this command to get executed. Type the value yes when it asks you. Type the yes here and hit enter button and wait for this command to get run. So once our command get executed, open the editor button, editor and go to the instance.tf and remove whatever under the file. Okay, जो भी इस फाइल में है पहले Ctrl+A से सिलेक्ट करेंगे सब, then remove करेंगे, then simply open the editor file, scroll down and keep copying from resource to the very bottom line, which I am telling, not the very bottom, in the middle actually. Start from the resources, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling till here. Okay, आपको जब ये रन क्लाउड शेल इस तरह की कमांड दिखने लगे तो आपको स्टॉप करना है, आपको लास्ट कर्ली ब्रैकेट तक से कॉपी करना है, then paste it here in this file. And first of all, we need to make a lot of changes here to so pay attention. So what we will do, we will first of all remove this zone and copy the actual zone from the variables.tf file. So copy this zone, that is US East C in my case. So copy it, come back to the instance.tf file, paste it here and make sure you paste it under the quotes. So quotes हम add कर देंगे यहाँ पर, add some quotes. Now same we will do with the VPC name. First of all, we will add some zone in the line number 25. पहले जहाँ भी हमें zone add करना है वहाँ हम zone add कर देते हैं. And make sure you add the quotes in the beginning and the ending. Scroll down and let me check if we need to add zone somewhere else. Okay, so we are done with the zone. Now we need to add the VPC name. Okay, so for that, remove it very carefully. Remove it and come back to the lab for the VPC name and copy it very carefully. Copy करेंगे last वाला जो है VPC name है, यहाँ पर वापस आएंगे, paste it under the quotes and scroll down a little bit. We need to make changes for the VPC name at total 3 places. So 3 बार हमें change करना होगा VPC name. Remove करेंगे, paste करेंगे, scroll down करेंगे, keep scrolling and remove this VPC name again. Make sure you don't remove the quotes. Paste it here, the VPC name. Now we need the project ID. So remove this whole first of all, whatever inside the quotes. Come back to the lab and copy this project ID. This one, the third number of project ID. Come back to the paste it under here. And now we can first of all recheck if we don't miss anything. तो हम recheck कर लेते हैं, कुछ भी हमें miss नहीं करना है. Okay, now we can click on the file button. Click on the save all button. Come back to the terminal. Come back to the file, the notepad file. Scroll down and copy these both command, Terraform Init and Terraform Apply. Copy करेंगे, terminal में वापस आएंगे and we will paste it under the terminal and hit enter button. Again, it will ask you for the value to enter and we will ask by ES in here. So wait for it to appear and ask for the value. Now it is asking for entering a value, type YES and hit enter button. Now wait for a couple of minutes while it executing. Now you can see our command is executed, and if you see any error like this, then simply ignore it, or you can ignore it. Don't worry about it. Simply open the editor button. Editor actually error किस वजह से आ रही है मैं आपको बताऊंगा, लेकिन error से कोई problem नहीं है. Okay. Now we need to open the main.tf file. Come back to the notepad file. Scroll down and copy this whole command from the source to the last line here. Copy it very carefully. Go to the last line, hit enter 2 to 3 times, then paste the command that we copied or the content that we copied. Now here we need to make certain changes. First of all, we need to make the changes in the project ID. So remove this whole. Remove it very carefully, and for the project ID, come back to the lab and copy the project ID, that is this one, copy it. Again, come back to the console, paste it under here. Make sure यहाँ पर अब quotes की जरूरत नहीं है हमें. Okay, now we need to remove this VPC name. Remove it, and for the VPC name, come back to here and copy this VPC name, last one. Come back to the terminal again, paste it here. Okay, now your command will look like this. Now we can simply click on the file button and click on the save all button and open the terminal button by clicking on the open terminal. And we need to copy these last two command. ये last command है, इसके बाद हमारी lab complete हो जाएगी. We will paste it here and hit enter button and wait for this command to get executed. Once again, it will ask you to enter a value, so wait for that time. So now you can see it's asking to enter a value. So type YES here and hit enter button and wait for this command to get executed. Again, it will throw some error. फिर से एक error आएगी, लेकिन आपको फिर से उसे ignore करना है. Okay. Now you can see our command is executed successfully. Simply ignore this error. Let me tell you why we are facing this error. Error इसलिए आ रही है क्योंकि हम editor open करेंगे और देखेंगे तो main.tf फाइल में जो हम instance बना रहे हैं, ये वाला instance, और same with the instance.tf file. Let me scroll down to the bottom most, and ये वाला instance. Both the instance are same. If I make changes in the network name, then this error get resolved, but we don't need to make changes. जैसे हमारा कमांड एग्जीक्यूट होगा, हम क्या करेंगे, हमारे लैब कंप्लीट हो चुकी है, बस हम टास्क 1 से स्टार्टिंग से हर एक चेक माय प्रोग्रेस पे क्लिक करेंगे. ओके, सो क्लिक ऑन द चेक माय प्रोग्रेस फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ दिस लैब एंड मेक श्योर यू गेट द ग्रीन टिक फॉर ईच एंड एवरी टास्क. यू कैन सी असेसमेंट इज कंप्लीटेड. नाउ स्क्रॉल डाउन, copy the check my progress, simply click on the check my progress for this third task. You will get the green tick here also. Click on this check my progress for the fourth task. Make sure you don't miss any check my progress. कोई भी अगर check my progress miss किया तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी. Click on the check my progress for the fifth task. You will get the green tick here also. Scroll down, keep scrolling, copy this, or simply click on the check my progress. I get the habit of saying copy this, that's why it's happening, because you can see assessment is completed. Now click on the check my progress for the seventh task. You will get the green tick for here also. I am sure about it. अगर किसी भी टास्क में एक बार में ग्रीन टिक ना मिले, then try to 2 to 3 times, you will get the green tick for sure. Assessment is completed. Scroll down, keep scrolling, and with this you can see congratulations, our lab is completed. We can click on the end lab button, click on the submit button, and give the star rating that you want to give. You can also leave additional comment if you want. Click on the submit button. Come back to the main page to verify whether our lab is actually completed or not. जैसे हम main page पे आएंगे, हम देखेंगे हमारा lab complete हुआ या नहीं by simply verifying a green tick. Okay, so wait for this page to be get loaded. Scroll down, keep scrolling. keep scrolling, open it, and you will see a green tick beside our lab. It means we successfully completed our lab. Okay, so this is the solution of this lab. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have any query, you can ask me in the comment box or on the Telegram group. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.